Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new series that is going to be airing here over on Sword and Key. This is a pre-recording, just as a heads up, but it will hopefully be one of several pre-recordings for our upcoming Invisible Sun game, the Indigo Nexus. And we are here with one of our 5 amazing players to introduce some character introductions, essentially was what we're doing before the premiere. Asher, would you like to say a quick hello and the name and pronouns of who you are playing today, and maybe who they are as they are right when we begin?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Asher. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Rowan, who also uses he, him pronouns, who is currently a psychology student pursuing his PhD and in the middle of some pretty extreme thesis work and just work in general. Uh, Probably needs a break at some point, given,
It's thesis PhD hell
it's,
is what it
it's
is,
thesis
essentially.
PhD, hell yeah.
I
He is high strung to the extreme right now.
probably could use 5 million years of relaxation and
hmm
just a 5-year hiatus from everything.
At least one spa day.
One is
At least, I said at least.
needs a lot more from what I understand about higher education.
Greater than one. We'll put it that way.
Um, you've seen me around the channel before, but hey, my name is Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I will be your game master for this Invisible Sun campaign because I am a slut for Monte Cook games. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
And I'm really excited to bring the system back to the channel, and I haven't run it in like 2 years, so it's about time. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay, so you've played Invisible Sun. You know how this works. At the start of every game, the start of all new beginnings and adventures, we begin with a Sooth card pull on the Silver Sun, the Sun of Creation and Beginnings. For this dev scene, I have first pulled the Suspicious Hound. Value of 0, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings: doubt, suspicion, lack of clarity, judgment, and decisions. The hound stands sentinel, and you approach, but you don't want the suspicious hound to be focused on you, snarling and glaring. The hound isn't certain of its enemies, but once it decides you are a danger, that's almost certainly a bad thing. However, the hound is also the representative of our own doubts and difficult decisions. In many ways, we are the suspicious hound, or at least we ought to be. Indigo magic is enhanced, gray is hindered, and once again, the Sooth deck just knows.
I feel like that is eerily fitting.
It usually is, and I promise I did shuffle before I pulled that card.
The Sooth deck just knows.
Always. So we begin the game in shadow, under the gray sun, the sun of lies and falsehoods, where many Vizsla have exiled themselves after the war. Many, almost all of them, don't know who they are. And one such Vizsla, one very stressed PhD student, is who we're focusing on today. So, Rowan, why don't you tell us a bit about what you look like and what you're currently doing in, I don't want to call it an office, but where you tend to do work, like grading undergraduate students' papers, doing your own hypotheses and putting together data points and planning with your colleague for your thesis.
Yeah, so I think in Shadow, Rowan doesn't look too different, like physically. He very much has these sort of has not been outside a lot paleness to him, from, PhD student. Uh
I get it.
he has sort of this strawberry blondish hair that is just constantly messy bedhead because he's not going to take the time to brush it. You don't have time for that. He does not have time for that kind of shit.
He doesn't have time for bed. What are you talking about?
He barely has time for like he managed to get 2 hours last night.
I'm so
That was
proud of
peak.
him.
Hmm. He usually generally wears like very very like toned down clothes when he's not like on work. When he's like doing behind the scenes stuff, it's usually just like a nerdy t-shirt, jeans, and like, a hoodie that he's probably worn for too many years, but you can't tell him to get rid of that shit.
Has it been washed recently, at
It has
least?
been washed.
Okay.
It has been washed within reason. It is not a stinky, smelly, like has not seen the scrubbing of a of a washing machine in like 5 years hoodie.
Good.
It is actually like generally well kept.
It's just worn through and has probably more holes than just the regular, like, neck, arms, etc.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got holes that have been like, hastily sewn up. Like it looks like a Frankenstein patchwork of a hood at this point. And I think currently he has managed to get some space in a basically it's like a water closet. It's got like the boiler and like all of that stuff. But he has managed to find time in that space to to look over some stuff. It's quiet, it's out of the way, none of the roomies are there, none of the students are there. It's about as good as he's gonna get at this moment.
Have you been able to, like, just barely fit like a single tiny like student desk in there, like a high school desk and a chair?
So those like lap desks that have like the cushy stuff
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah, I
bottom
have
and you
one.
just put that on top. He's sitting like cross-legged on the floor with one of those, and that's what he's got. That's his desk.
Beautiful. And of course, this is the water closet, but it also has, it doubles as custodial. So there is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
there's cleaning supplies on some shelves. There's a broom, the big like mop bucket in the
Yeah,
corner.
the big mop bucket that you like wheel around.
It's mostly empty, but it's still got a little bit on the bottom, and it just smells a little mildewy. It's the backup one, so it's just been like sitting there collecting dust with. It's been catching water leaks from the ceiling, is what it's been used as.
Yeah.
And as you are doing your grading, the water heater just suddenly turns on, like very loud, and does its thing of heating up and such like that. I don't know about Rowan, but I know when it happens, sometimes I get spooked.
Oh yeah, no. He absolutely just like jumps and like the lap desk just, like jumps with him.
And one of your pens just like rolls off and falls onto the floor. Uh,
Hmm.
well, and it actually rolls across the floor like a couple inches before it hits the sneaker of your colleague, Eden Howell, who was in here with you. You're both kind of just like crammed into this closet. Her back is up against the door, so if someone tries to come in, it's going to hit her right away. But she has her own little lap desk with a small stack of papers on it, as well as next to her. She is probably like a 5'4", 5'5", lightly brown skinned woman with like a bob cut of dark, like bordering on black hair. She has a pair of glasses that continuously keep falling down her face, and she has to keep pushing them back up. She similarly is dressed to you in just very comfortable, cozy clothes. So what she's got on today are sneakers, leggings, a oversized hoodie that is just kind of hanging off of one shoulder. It looks like it was a high school track jacket that she probably, considering how big it is on her, she probably took it from like someone else, like maybe on like someone on like the men's like throwing portion of the team, like shot put or
The
something.
literal boyfriend jacket.
Basically, yes. You take it and you just never give it back, and now it is yours. If you don't steal your partner's clothes, what kind of relationship are you in?
Right? I mean, regardless of whether they fit. In fact, if they don't fit, bonus points.
Exactly. Because there's nothing better, in my opinion, than an oversized, like, hoodie that smells like your
Mm-hmm.
part.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
And she is in here with you doing some, grading some undergraduates' papers with, like, a red pen, occasionally just, like, circling things, making notes, giving, like, a grade. And then at some point, like, after the water heater has calmed down, she's just, like, leans her head back with a slight thump on the door, and she's just like, all right, I'm having a hard time concentrating. I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room.
Rowan like looks up, points to the water heater.
No, I'm talking about that weird letter that was addressed to both of us the other day. And you would know that you two got a letter addressed to the two of you directly, first and last names, spouting off some weird, esoteric bullshit talking about magic. Like, I've been trying to ignore it and, like, take it as, you know, like, a prank. But I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, pranks don't usually use first and last name. And yeah, no, that was definitely weird. That's like he still wants to kind of like rationalize it, and the first thing he goes to is like that's some weird stalker shit.
It's
Like
weird.
bordering.
It's weird stalker shit, but, like, I don't know. It kind of feels like an extension of your thesis of trying to make things, you know, become real based off thought, but, like, it's way out of left field. And at first I thought it was, like, you know, one of the other PhD students.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't
Yeah, like one
surprise
of the
me if it
ones.
was Zach.
Oh, fuck Zach.
I
Zach's
know,
an
fuck
asshole.
Zach. But also, I don't think he's smart enough to come
No,
up
he's
with
not.
something this clever, and that is so unsettling.
Dude's not. I mean, he's not even smart enough to be in the program. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. There's no way he would pull this shit.
Oh no, I don't know if this is true 100%, but I am pretty sure his parents paid money to
His
just
parents definitely paid money.
to get him into the PhD program. Like, yeah. At least he's not in
Have
the
you seen?
At least he's not in a nursing program.
Oh yeah. Ugh, I would feel so bad for his patients.
Oh no, absolutely. And at least he's doing, like, research and not, like, patient facing.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, fuck Zach. That's what it boils down
Yeah,
to.
fuck Zach. Yeah, it's not Zach.
No, absolutely not.
It does feel like it's like somebody is playing off of the thesis,
Thesis.
the thesis, but
The
like
thesis,
but
yes.
the thesis, you know.
We've been working on this way too long. It's not a real word anymore. It's fine.
It's not. The Vesuvius.
Mm.
But I mean, who would do that? Like, and what kind of, like, you know, why?
Also, what the fuck is a Visley?
What the fuck is a Hindasa?
And she just kind of, like, throws her arms up in the air accidentally, like the pen goes, like, flying and, like, hits, like, a bunch of, like, the cleaners on the shelf, and she's like, fuck, that was my good pen.
Just everything starts to fall down.
Hold on, give me a second. And she, like, takes her little lap desk and puts it on on top of your lap, and just, like, grabs, like, a duster and starts trying to get her pen out from under the thing. And as she's, like, reaching, she's still talking. Like, what did it say? It's like, you don't belong here. Try showing this to other people. They won't be able to read it. Have you shown it to anyone? I know we both took, like, a page, but aha! And she got her pen. She gets her pens out.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
I mean, I showed it to my roommate, but you know, my roommate's in, like, you know, architecture. He's not exactly a big cerebral kind of guy.
I'm surprised you
expect him
even
to get
saw
it.
him in your room. They spend forever in the library.
Yeah, I don't know. He was saying something about
I wouldn't trust his judgment.
lunch or something. I had no.
They're always sleep deprived, probably even more so than us.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen him in the bed. I've seen him in the room. I don't think I've ever seen him in the bed. Like
Ooh,
ever.
yikes.
Yeah.
I tried showing it to my brother. He also
Mm.
looked at me weird. And like, my brother's not a like I'm gonna coast through college type of guy. He's studying to
Hmm.
be a doctor. So, and he's actually taking it seriously.
Yeah, yeah, true,
Like,
true.
and
He
she like,
kind of like
yeah, God.
no, he's just kind of like he can see that he's definitely like, excuse me, definitely thinking, and like the cogs are going on in his head, but there's something that is like refused, like there's a little jam somewhere in the cogs that is refusing to let go and like keep the thoughts coming. Um, and that might just be sleep deprivation. We don't know.
Yeah. She hands you the two pieces of paper that you received from this group that is basically labeled itself the Hendasa.
Mm,
It's 2 pages, typeface, very well, good quality paper. It's obviously it's not like printer paper, but it's some kind of cardstock, but it's kind of like a little yellowed, looks a little older, but not like, this needs to be looked at by a professional type of older to, print it, to date it.
hmm.
And at the bottom, she like turns the pages to you and like shows you the bottom of like the second page, which you've already seen this before, but she taps like a handwritten note at the bottom. And right under the last line, which it says "Come home," it in unfamiliar handwriting, it just says, "I'll meet you at the quad at midnight. I'll be waiting." Like, should we go call this person out, or is it just going to be like they're going to throw silly string or something at us, like a prank? Because I also wouldn't put it past Zachary to hire an undergrad to, pull something on us.
He would 100% phone it in, yeah. I mean, okay, so let's think of this as like a little logic puzzle. If we
Logic puzzle,
go,
thought experiment. All right, hit
yeah,
me.
thought experiment, yeah, all right, all right. So
I'm taking
we
notes. Let's
don't
go.
go, and it turns out to be something important. Then we'll never know.
We
If
miss it.
we don't go and it's not important, we'll also never know. If we do go and it's not important, so we get some silly string on us. So what?
I hope it's
I
just
don't know
silly
about you,
string.
but yeah. I don't know about you, but I had a lot worse growing up. So
Yeah, yeah. I have
I can take it.
3 older brothers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can't do shit to you.
Yeah. No, when
Not
you
with
have
that.
3 older brothers, you do need to learn how to defend yourself. And
Yeah,
it's
like
not fighting fair.
yeah, like if it turns out to be Zach and it turns out to be, some undergrad that he put up to this, so what? So what? At least we know. And then on the off chance that it is something,
It says
you
it
know,
says what it is on the paper.
yeah, or something, or somebody who thinks like genuinely thinks that at the very least.
Right.
If we go and that's the case, then it's better than not going, I
I
guess.
guess.
We could, if it really is, it is,
Something important.
if it is something important, or it's something that somebody thinks is important, at the very least, we can try to help the person that thinks it's important.
Yeah. And to be honest, the science part of me, the curiosity, does kind of want to know what this is all about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
I,
like
yeah.
I haven't read something this wild since like I was making my way through the Wheel Time series back in high school. I'm just like, this is the best shit ever, and it's kind of like hitting those. It's scratching that part of my brain.
Yeah, it's scratching the itch of like, the what if.
Yeah. if anything, this has been a nice break from reality that I needed to, because I can't tell you the last time I read something for fun. Yeah.
1999, I think.
Jeez.
I was very small.
There's a very, very long pause as the two of you are like mulling this over and just digesting. And Eden takes her water bottle and just like unscrews the top and takes a sip. Random question.
Random answer.
Since getting this letter, have colors seemed duller to you?
He doesn't answer immediately. He kind of looks up and looks around at the very dull gray concrete room that they are in. And he can't necessarily say no. Not just because of where they are. So he just sort of waffles over it, nods. I mean, a little. But, you know, I mean, look at the school. It's not exactly colorful to begin with.
It also might be the sleep deprivation.
Yeah, it's definitely, that could be a factor as he drinks like his third Celsius or whatever just energy drink for the day.
It's gotta be the sleep deprivation and the stress and the work we've been doing. It has to be.
Yeah, no, there's like, you know, it's somebody's trying to mess with our heads, and they know that it's going, like they know that all of the shit is going to affect us.
Maybe they're doing their own experiment.
Ooh,
if that's the case, it's probably Chloe.
You know what? She would do something like this.
Like, she's you know how she is. She does like a million different types of experiments.
Wasn't she also like trying to work on the power of suggestion or some shit for her thesis?
Yeah.
Ooh, if it's Chloe,
she's so smart, but damn does she need to work on respectable boundaries and who is a proper subject.
Yeah, 100%.
If it is Chloe, we do need to report her because I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, no. She, like, I don't know how she got through the ethics class, but, I don't know. Like, she must have, like, barely passed. I think she needs to retake it at this point.
Eden takes out her phone and just, like clicks the button on the side to show the time. It's, like, 10:15 at night. Tonight? Tomorrow? Yeah.
Well, it says tonight.
It actually doesn't have a date.
Oh, it doesn't say... Okay.
It doesn't have a date. It just says the quad at midnight.
Just the quad at midnight. You know what? Fuck it, why not?
Yeah. And you got this like a couple days ago, so either they're standing there every night or you missed the deadline. And there's no way to know. Now the next question...
If it's something, it's something. If it's nothing, it's something.
Now the next question is do we try and get in a power nap? Or try and power through the rest of this work?
He lets out that long sigh. Just like, and then chugs the rest of the energy drink that he's got. He's like, I gotta power through this. This is due, like, this is due yesterday at this point. I need to get it done.
All right, mine is due for not until like Thursday. So want me to help you with what your stuff, and then we can see where we're at, work on my stuff, and then head out.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
You should probably take your desk back in that either case.
She'll take the desk back and just like hold out a hand. All right, give me what you don't want to work on. You know what?
Yeah.
Give me Heavenly's worksheet. I know she has a tendency to just go on her papers.
You are a saint and a savior, and he just immediately hands that over.
All right. And I think that's the next, like, hour and a half.
Yep.
And I think you get through all of it except, like, 1.5 papers.
It is enough that he feels that I feel confident that the rest can be done after all of this is figured out and after maybe a nap.
Oh, 100%.
It's not asleep at this point. It's just a nap.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter when.
You just need at least one cycle of REM. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
fine.
It's just one REM cycle. That's all you need.
Fun fact.
Don't need more.
If you drink caffeine and coffee and then take a power nap, you tend to feel better after your power nap and more awake.
You know what's even funner?
Hmm?
You can just lay in bed and not actually sleep, and you will get some of the restful effect.
I am aware of that. Didn't Mythbusters prove that?
I'm
pretty sure
I don't
they
remember
did.
if the Mythbusters. I'm pretty sure they must have. They did so
They've
many.
done so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to say, if I remember correctly, our chat voted for what season we're starting on. And I'm going to apply the same season to Shadow.
Right.
Oh, there's only 5 hours left on the poll, but it's fine. With a
It's
whopping,
fine. Everybody voted.
With a whopping 7 votes at 35%, we are starting in winter.
Oh no, these are like the pre-finals papers.
The pre-finals papers.
No wonder they aren't sleeping.
Asher, did you have an idea on like which school this is, or just like in general what area of like the world this is in, like what city?
I'm gonna say this is maybe like a state university, not like a big fancy, but like one of the ones where it's like this one's really good for
XYZ.
For psychology and psychiatry in particular. I looked that up ages ago because I wanted to do this like as a thing. It did not work out. I don't remember what they were.
It's fine. Northeast. Is there going to be snow? That's what I'm trying to get at.
We'll say there's snow. We'll say it's like Northeast, Midwest somewhere. There's snow. There's definitely snow.
Perfect. In that case, your jackets are kind of like shoved on top of like the cleaning stuff on the shelves, and like Eden stands up, throws on her scarf and a hat, tosses you your jacket and like everything else that you have up there. I think I can't remember what time, but I think it is supposed to snow tonight. It's probably already snowing, so get that shit on.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That jacket went straight to his face, by the way. He did not catch it.
I had a feeling. And Eden was not paying attention.
Nope.
Yeah. So she's got all of her stuff on. She looks down at her feet and she's like, I should have brought boots, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, we're not going to be out there very long.
We're not going to be out there very long. I will be, I can handle the 15-minute walk to the townhouse.
Yeah.
And then I'll just soak in the hot bath.
Ooh.
Hot bath.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. And she'll open the door, leave your little closet that I feel like is in the basement of the psychology building.
Absolutely 100% is in the basement.
Oh, like
they have to go through. Yeah, they have to go through like really skeevy like maze of hallways, and like there's always that one light that is like flickering like horror movie style, and you're just like, ugh, is this where I die?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And it's definitely where like all of like the obscure classes are held. There's so many rumors of, freshmen and sophomores going missing, but it's fine. Whatever.
It's where the overflow classes are.
And yeah, she starts leading the way, if anything, just because she was closer to the door when y'all were leaving. But do you walk next to each other, or when the hallway's big enough, or is it just kind of like
I feel like Rowan is always like slightly behind, if only because he is a bit taller than her. Like you said she was what, like
5'4",
5'2",
5'5".
5'4", 5'5". Yeah, he is like somewhere between like 5'8" and 5'10",
Okay, a
somewhere up there. So
little
he's
tall.
not like towering over her like a 6 foot something giant, but he is
Average.
definitely like, yeah,
Average height.
a little bit above average, and will sort of just so he can see her more clearly without, having to bend over,
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah. And the the note didn't say which quad actually,
Hmm.
but she begins making her way towards like the main campus quad that's like, between like the student center and like some of the other buildings. Usually a lot of those quads tend to have, like a statue, like a small little like garden and stuff like that between like the library and everything like that. And I think that's where she goes first, because the other
Hmm.
option is like the campus dorm quads, and that's probably not it.
Yeah, I feel like there's something in that doesn't feel right.
Like like she maybe started going towards like the quad like a little farther
Mm.
where like the student center used to be, and there's still like a quad there between the buildings, but then she like stops and she turns around and like starts going back the other direction.
Yeah.
And as she said, it is snowing. It's not a blizzard, but it is like a very consistent, very fluffy snow that is crunching beneath both of your feet as you're walking underneath the lamps and the lights. You are not the only ones here, of course. Campuses don't sleep. There are folks who left their classes at 10 p.m. are still shooting the shit. They're smoking, and always there's some drunken motherfucker doing something, just doing
Hmm.
something that's going to get themselves hurt.
Yep.
Do you say anything as the two of you make your way to the quad?
Another thought experiment. Bear with me on this one.
Oh, I will be bearing.
Okay. So it's, I mean, reality is reality, but what if there is something to this? Like, just what if?
Like alternate dimension type stuff, like sci-fi stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not in physics. I don't know any of the string theory stuff, but
It's a lot, I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah, I had an ex that was in the physics program, and we're both smart, but I could not keep up with that type of smart.
Yeah, no, there's just something, there's something different about those guys.
They do math for fun.
Who does that?
They do, and
Yeah, they
mathematicians.
do. True.
Anyway, continue. Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
PChem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, interesting field, but I couldn't wrap my brain around it.
Nope. Thought experiment. Back to
Thought experiment.
alternate
Yeah,
realities, etc., etc.
or not like alternate, but just
Parallel?
parallel, overlay.
Are we Are we talking like Dungeons and Dragons planar theory, like ethereal and fey on top of the material? Or are we talking about material and like, the plane of fire and stuff?
I'm not really. I feel like Eden would know that he has played like one game of Dungeons and Dragons, and it did not click with him. So he's like,
Okay, sorry. Okay,
mm.
pretend my hand. Put out your hand like this.
Okay.
All right, you are the material plane. You are the world.
Yep, I'm the material plane.
And then she puts her hand on top of yours. This is the ethereal plane. They mirror each other, and they're technically on top of each other, but they're not touching. That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe I'm just.
You can put your hand down.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just itching at the back of my mind, and I think I just need sleep. But fuck it. Let's just keep going.
Let's go. With your thought experiment over, you two make it to the quad. You are the only two here, surprisingly, considering how many other people you met on the way there. And I'm going to pull the second card on the green sun. I pulled the Forbidden Game. Value of 2, notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Danger, intellect, strategy, balance. The temptation to partake in the game is strong, but you know you shouldn't. It's dangerous. It's forbidden. It's far more than it seems. It may appear to be a simple diversion, a pastime, but it is so much deeper, so much more engrossing, and so much more addicting. Some have lost their very souls to its intricacies. It's not just that people want to win, although that's part of it. It's the game's complexities that draw them in. Every move is a colossal undertaking. The game is more intricate than the real world that it stimulates. That's the impossible thing. The game is bigger on the inside than the outside. It's bigger than the world in which it is played. Blue magic is enhanced, red is hindered. And Eden rubs her hands together, and breathes on them, her breath coming out and showing itself in the wind. How long do we wait?
Standard class time. If they're not here in 15 minutes, we bounce.
Sounds great. And she just kind of stands there, putting her scarf around her a little tighter as you two wait. And it doesn't take very long, maybe max 3-4 minutes, before you hear more crunching in the snow coming down from the direction of the student center, actually. And you see, it's a campus. It's not like you would be expecting to recognize them, but an unrecognizable figure in a long tan duster jacket, with a I can't remember if it's going to be a fedora or a trilby, but one of those types of hats with a slight brim.
Fedora. Probably.
I do have character art of this character, so I'll throw it in your chat in just a second.
Nice.
But they have that on their head, and they have their hair is this bright red, slightly not fire truck red, but definitely a dark copper in a braid over their shoulder. Masculine features, about your height, maybe a little taller, as they walk up to you and just stop within comfortable speaking distance away, as they give you a nod. Evening.
Rowan gives a nod back. Hey.
You two got my letter?
He kind of froze his brow. He does not recognize this person in the least.
Oh, hold up. Oh. I did send you the picture. Their eyes do not look like that. I will tell you that right now. Not here.
No worries. No worries.
They are a grayish blue color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, I feel like I just the suspicious eyes just slowly squinting. This is I mean, we got it. Is this some kind of prank or something? Did
He holds out his hand to you. My name's Cicero. I am not that it will probably mean much to you at this exact moment, but I am part of an agency called the Hindasa that publishes those pamphlets.
Rowan's hands are tucked deep in his jacket pockets, mostly because he did not bring gloves.
Okay, that's fair.
And he is cold.
If you don't reach out your hand, Eden will. She's got her. She'll take one of her gloves off and reach out to Cicero and shake his hand. So what is this letter about? I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, did someone put you up to this, or?
Cicero shakes their head and just And then there's like a slight like under the breath, and it's not super like loud, not super quiet, but you can still catch it. It's basically something along the lines of, "This is always the hardest part. It's so annoying." No, I did this of my own accord. I'm here to bring you home if you want to go home. I'm assuming that if you weren't at least a little curious, or things seemed a little off, you wouldn't be here. I'm here because there's something a little deep inside you that you knows that what I wrote down here is truth, whether you want to admit it or not. And Eden like looks at you, like turns her head slightly and like looks at you, trying to gauge your reaction, probably just as much as you're trying to gauge hers.
Yeah, she gets that sort of like raised eyebrow of, we doing this? Like, we we gonna play this game?
And there's just like an imperceptible like slight shrug of the shoulders.
Shrug.
Like, she's usually the type of person that is very confident in her choices, whether they are correct or not. But she's kind of lost here.
I think where she is usually very like confident in her choices, Rowan is very much more like, I'm gonna follow what you do. Or like I'm gonna go with the
group consensus.
The group consensus, or like overthink it for a very long time until I make a decision. So someone else will probably have to take the initiative. And I think seeing her waffling, I will sort of do something a bit uncharacteristic and take the initiative in this one so gives the shrug back, and then look to Cicero and I say, so assuming we say yes, what's next? What exactly does that entail?
To put it in the simplest terms possible, we're gonna go on a trip. It's not physically far. It won't take more than about 10 minutes.
He'll look back to Eden again and go, 10-minute trip?
10-minute trip, and if it doesn't work, we can go back to my place, get some good coffee, raid my roommate's stash, and then power nap if you need. And if you want to crash on the couch, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I could use a couch right now. And then he'll just look back to Cicero, give him a nod, and say, all right, 10-minute trip.
Okay. I just need to open up the path for a second. You know what? No, we're gonna wing it. It's fine. They nod, and they also, after shaking hands, he also put like his hands in his pocket. Like they look a little cold. Definitely,
it's cold here.
Yeah, definitely not dressed as warmly as he should be. And he looks around, just trying to get like a gauge of like who else is in the area, and it's just you three. And takes his hands out of his pockets, and he looks like he's about to start moving them, and then he pauses. I would recommend you closing your eyes. It can get a little disorienting.
There's like another eyebrow raise, and then shrug, and then eyes are closed. He doesn't look to see if Eden does it, though.
Yeah. And you hear the crunching of snow and basically feel like a presence be near you. And you hear, like, now behind you, is it okay if I loop my arms through both of yours? So I'm in the middle. Don't want to startle you or touch you without permission.
Puts his arm out, like, I'm a little teapot. Half of the I'm a little teapot going.
Yeah. And you hear Eden move as well, and you feel this arm like loop through yours and assuming also Eden's.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel their arms moving. And things seem off for a second until you realize that the wind isn't blowing in your face anymore. The air is warmer. You know how when you can smell cold?
Mm-hmm.
That's gone.
Mm.
It's eerily the perfect temperature. And for a second, you feel like the entire world is just being pressed upon a ceiling above you in a cavern full of who knows what. Do you open your eyes?
I think he peeks. I think like one eye open.
It is very dark in here, and it is almost like you were in a cavern. You see a ceiling high above you, and you're not 100% sure what you're looking at, but it feels like the truth of the world. Its darkest moments and all the things you want to know but also don't want to know are there right in front of you for the taking.
As soon as he sees that he's not in the quad, despite having not physically moved anywhere, he is immediately like looking up going, what the fuck?
I would suggest closing your eyes for this next one and keeping them closed. And you feel movement again.
Mm-hmm.
And that heavy feeling is gone. And this time it feels a bit more vast and empty. And you hear Eden elicit a small gasp. Do you open your eyes again?
I think he didn't close them until like the last minute, like that feeling was there, and then he like shut them really tight.
Yeah.
And as soon as he hears Eden gasp, he's like, there's another peek. He's like, one eye open, like, huh.
This time you see basically what can be described as a whirl of emotion and nightmares swirling in front of you. And you open your eyes just as the scenery changes again. And this time, you feel a cool breeze on your face with the smell of crisp autumn leaves in the air. And now you see yourself on a sidewalk at night, trees lining a road and sidewalks that are all reds and oranges and yellows. It is also still nighttime. If you check you don't have your phone.
Mm-hmm.
It is gone if you look to check the time. You are wearing not what you left in. And like as you're getting like the general bearings of like where the fuck you are, you feel the ground rock underneath of you. And you feel yourself pelted into the air like a good 5 or 6 feet before you land hard on your side and back.
Yeah, great. I think in this case what it was he went for the phone, which is usually back pocket. Phone is not in back pocket, and he just starts like patting himself down, and he's like, wait, what the phew. And just like as he's figuring this shit out, it's like this is just like yeet it off.
Yes. I have pulled I've pulled the
Yep.
next card, by the way.
Lovely. I would love to hear it.
I've on the blue sun. I've pulled the Blind Guardian. Value of 2, vision, swans, blades, water, meanings, safety, impartiality, serenity, blindness, and challenges. The blind guardian watches over us like a protector. That's probably our Doric guards. Because of its blindness, it confronts all intruders equally, from the lowest vermin to the most powerful god, from the purest angel to the vilest demon. Its blindness also confers a calmness. You'll never see the guardian worry or fret, nor will you see it eager or anticipatory. To those that seek what it guards, it is a difficult challenge. You cannot bribe or charm this guardian, and despite its blindness, or because of it, it is very difficult to fool or deceive. Silver magic is enhanced, gold is hindered. And as I said, as you hit like the ground, you are briefly, like you briefly black out from the impact.
Yep. He's just like, ah.
And when you come to, you find your head like resting on Eden's legs, like as she has like your head in her lap, and as she's like holding like the side of your head, like oddly tenderly, actually, like very soft, very worried. And when you open your eyes, she's like looking down at you. She's wearing not her oversized hoodie, but more of a blouse, a very nice, like light winter jacket, perfect for like late fall, heading into winter. And her hair's a little longer, and it like tickles like your face as she's like leaning over you, and she's looking down at you, and you see her eyes. Normally they're like a very warm, deep brown, but this time they're filled with the night sky. There is no whites. It is all blacks twinkling with stars. And she's looking down at you worriedly.
I think very similar to when the boiler hit him, seeing that, still a little bit disoriented, especially from, being thrown and blacking out. He sort of like jumps a bit. He's like,
Hey, it's okay. Are you okay?
Your eyes are a bit, you have a...
My eyes, your eyes.
My eyes? What about my eyes? What?
They're a beautiful bright red.
Huh? And he will, like, hearing that his eyes have changed too, he's like, wait, beautiful, huh? What?
Are you okay? Are you okay to stand?
I think so. And he will attempt to stand.
Yeah, she'll shimmy her way out from underneath of you.
Yeah.
She's wearing like this like long wool skirt and sensible boots now. And she'll like take your hands and like help you to your feet.
Yeah, so he sort of like stands, dusts himself off, and is the ground still the ground's still angry.
And she's holding on to you probably just like a split longer than is necessary before like letting go after you like get to your feet. The ground is no longer throwing you around like a hacky sack. But if you try to like hit the ground, like stomp on it, you can tell you're not making contact.
I think it takes him a moment to realize that, but then as he does, he taps the ground with his foot.
No sound.
He's just like tap tap tap.
Nope. Because if I remember correctly, your first ability it's like a millimeter or something like that.
Yep, he never fully touches the ground.
Yeah, you can't stomp on it. You cannot. Yeah. You just can't. It's like you try, but you cannot feel the ground beneath your feet. It's as if there is just like a film of air beneath the soles of your shoes.
Huh. He will I sort of like reach for stuff again now that he is not I am not imminently being, thrown off by the ground that I can no longer touch. Um,
What do you look like? What are you wearing now?
I think very similar to what I am currently wearing physically over here in real life. He is wearing a very like everything is very shiny and dapper looking. He has very silken long button down shirt. A very uh a very fancy brocade vest. Um
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stuff that he would not be seen wearing in shadow ever. Like he pats himself down and then he looks down at himself and uh there's like a pause where he is just like I just absolutely like it's as if time has stopped, but he is not literally yet, hopefully.
We'll see.
Um we'll see. And I look at myself and I look over at Eden and I look over at myself and then I look for Cicero.
Cicero is here. I will say, as you're patting yourself down and everything, it looks like you don't have anything from your university days except one thing, and that is
Hmm.
the not even working hand-me-down pocket watch from your father, which has been, whether it had a chain or not previously, it now has a chain, and it's like connected and like hanging in whatever way you like aesthetically see fit
Hmm.
from your person.
Yes. I feel like it is the traditional way. It's got like the little
Mm-hmm,
hooky here and then it goes in the pocket.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, very, very it is it has moved itself to fit with what he is wearing currently.
Yes,
Um,
but other than that, it's the exact same, and unless except if it didn't have a chain, it has a chain now.
yeah. I feel like it had a chain, but he never used it on
Mm-hmm.
the chain. It usually ended up in like a bag in his bag, um, or his backpack or whatever. Like he took it everywhere with him.
Yeah,
Um, but it was never physically shown.
yeah. You are looking for Cicero, and Cicero is there. He was
Hmm.
waiting for uh, the two of you to collect yourself, especially since you just kind of just got like shot put into the air.
Yep.
He let Eden handle it because it seems like you two already knew each other. Better to have a familiar person, handle it instead of like a random dude who just showed up out of nowhere and just transported you somewhere else. They look exactly the same, with the one exception is that where their eyes were are now instead two circular mirrors, or at least reflective surfaces, similar to, like, in Coraline with the buttons, but they're
Hmm.
mirrors
Hmm.
instead. And he is in the middle of smoking a cigarette as he's patiently waiting. You all right there, kid? You took a tumble.
I
It does
I'm
not,
not
that does not
sure.
normally happen, I will say.
I Yeah, that was and he looks around at this new sort of space that they are in again despite not moving. Um and he's like that's the weird part. Oh, okay.
And as you're looking around, you hear the sound of flapping wings, kind of like birds. And, like, just like, 20 feet up, you see a flock of what looks like, like origami cranes flying above
Mhm.
you in a V formation before going off in, like, you're not sure exactly what direction, but past you, high above. And
Yeah.
as you're looking around a little bit more, the leaves that are on the ground are kind of ebbing and flowing like waves, like these gigantic piles of leaves. And the vines on the building, you're pretty sure they're moving of their own accord.
I think taking all that in, he's just like, huh. And um, you can see that the line of sight just kind of goes around very slowly at everything, and then like back to Cicero.
You see
Wh-
yourself reflected in his eyes and how you look right now.
There, I feel, having heard that his eyes are different, seeing that is one thing, seeing them is another. And
Mhm.
so I feel like I get a little too a little too close. There's that sort of wonder of everything that is going on that has sort of uh masked over social graces at the moment. And so there's just like I just get a little too close staring and like looking and like looking down, looking back up, looking at the eyes and
Like,
just like
as you get closer, though, and begin to basically use Cicero
yeah.
as a mirror, like, he takes, like, a step back and, like, goes into his pocket,
Sorry.
takes out a pair of
Sorry.
sunglasses and puts them over his eyes.
Sorry. That was probably really rude. I just this is
It's okay. I should have put them on before you came to. Um,
sorry.
are you two ready to go on? Maybe come back to headquarters and get you debriefed and a little more comfortable and less odd to you surroundings.
Sure. He looks. I look back at Eden. Um, and there's again the very familiar eyebrow raise of like we are we doing this?
Eden's actually not looking at you. When you go
Uh-huh.
turn to look at her, she's staring down the street, seeming to just take it all in.
Hmm.
So she does not see your wordless question of, are we doing this?
Um, I think immediately, not immediately, but like the I will like look at what she is looking at because it is like everything is a lot, but it's there and it's definitely there.
It's definitely there.
Um, and so there is that sort of wonder that comes back and just stares at everything. Yeah. Yeah, let's yeah. Yeah. And he just keeps saying like, yeah, we should and then doesn't do anything.
Did you end up stepping up next to her?
I think not so much stepping up next to her. He will after repeating, yeah, we should yeah, maybe a bunch of times he will sort of like raise his voice and go, yeah, we should you think maybe we should and like that is directed at Eden.
When you're speaking, she's not looking at anything specific. The streets are actually kind of quiet. There's like something rummaging in a garbage can down at the end of the street, but like it's too far away to really see what it is. But she was just staring at who knows what. And then
Mhm.
as you just kind of like verbalize, she like looks at you and there's actually like a look of relief on her face. Rowan, we're home. We finally made it home.
um I think there is definitely that sort of uh there is a recognition in his expression of yeah, this is real, this is home, but there's no recognition of having been like there's recognition of this is correct, but also there's no there's a disconnect. There's a very clear disconnect in there as he goes, yeah, yeah, we are.
Maybe maybe we there's like as you're like she clocks this
Mm-hmm.
very quickly actually very quickly and then there's like a frown and she looks back at Cicero, and she'll take your hand, like, in hers, and, like, begin walking towards Cicero and, like, pulling you if you don't come, like, along naturally.
Yeah.
Let's...
He'll go along.
Yeah.
He tends to follow her, so.
Yeah. And then she basically walks up to Cicero, and he leads the two of you off in, like, a building, like, 1 block down, and essentially begins a debrief. What he tells you is that whether it comes back to you or not, Eden is, like, occasionally nodding as he begins to describe everything, that you are Vizsla. Vizsla are spellcasters. You have, and many, who knows how long ago, we're unsure how long, there was a war, and many Vizsla self-exiled themselves to another sun, Shadow, where you were living out a lie to protect yourself from the war, and it worked. But since you were in another sun, there was no way for you to know when the war is over. So people such as the Hendasa, maybe sometimes some free agents, but mostly the Hendasa, have been tasked with getting the exiled Vizsla home, which are right now is the two of you. And you get basically a brief crash course, helping you adjust however long it takes. It could be a day, it could be a week, however much time you need to adjust to this new information, so you're just not going to freak out when you walk on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Eden, sorry, go ahead.
No, go. You first.
I was just going to say, for her part, Eden seems to be taking this very well, in stride. You quickly realize, remembers not only what the two of you were doing over in Shadow or the Gray Sun, you come to realize, but also maybe not all of it, but definitely a huge chunk of her life over here. Like, it came back pretty quickly. She's still a little disoriented, but overall, her memory's pretty intact, except for, like, some miscellaneous, like, things that come up every once in a while. And she's cleared, like, within 24 hours, but she also sticks around for as long as you do. So how does this adjustment period go? What are you doing?
I think I think in this case, there's definitely similar to when they first got to here, to home.
Mm-hmm.
There is almost instant recognition of, you know, as, like, even as they are saying it, like, you know, you self-exiled to Shadow, and he'll just, like, under his breath mutter, like, the Gray Sun. And then, you know, as you know, the Indigo, and like, oh yeah, okay. And that all comes really, really fast. Like, if that was all it took, he would be probably cleared in about the same time as, maybe like a little slower, like an extra couple of like, you know, half a day to a day of Eden. But there's still that disconnect of, this is definitely where I am supposed to be. This is the correct place. This is the real. But it's like it's him and not who he was.
A lot of it's not Cicero who is helping you. It is you notice this, like, with a lot of the people who have been walking around you. They all look like the most generic person you have ever seen that seems familiar. So they don't have, like, a specific appearance, but you know this is a very average looking person. This person is not weird, they're safe. Every person that you're working with, and the person who is working with you, who has basically been helping you throughout every step of the process, you and Eden, is named Lillian. And she has been, like, you know, bringing you food. You're basically being chaperoned for a little bit. they're not like keeping you here. Like you can technically leave if you feel comfortable, but she's recommending like, hey, maybe give it a little bit. And then how long has it been before she's telling you, hey, it's about time to leave? If you feel comfortable, I feel comfortable discharging you.
Um, I think probably maybe like a, like I said, maybe a few days after, or like a day or two.
Like 2 to 4
At
days.
yeah, 2 to 4 days instead of like the single 24 hours.
Yeah.
Um, it becomes apparent pretty fast that he's not necessarily. I'm not necessarily remembering parts of myself, but acclimating to the actuality, it's like, a duck to water, like instantly, like, oh yeah, okay, this all makes sense now.
And Lillian is smiling at you from her seat across the table at you, and she says, so I feel comfortable letting you go if you wanted to go home. Some of the other individuals, the staff members, have looked into who you may be or who you are that can get you, hopefully bring you home. But it also sounds like your girlfriend, Eden, has an idea of where you might live and be able to bring you home.
Once again, it is like time has stopped, but he is just frozen. I'm sorry, girlfriend?
Sorry, did I assume? She just seemed very worried about you, and I was getting
I
vibes.
mean,
Sorry.
no, I mean, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, we're friends, definitely. Close friends. Um,
She's been coming by. I know you've been seeing each other. She's been checking in on you. Um,
yeah.
uh, she does say she knows where your house is, so I think she's been working with some of the other counselors to get you acclimated to a home around here. Um, I'm sorry for assuming, but as I was saying,
No, it's fine.
but as I was saying, your case is not uncommon. There are a variety of Visley that come through, either remember nothing, remember everything, or only remember one or the other. So, as long as you feel comfortable going home and you're not going to be, getting in any trouble with the Gerents, you should be fine. Their resources will always be here if you wanted to reach out again or if you had any questions, but I feel confident discharging you whenever you're ready.
There's a pause, and then it's like, yeah, no, yeah. I think I think I'm ready. I think I'm good.
Yes. Um,
I think it's time to go home again.
yeah, no, your friend Eden, I know this is a one-on-one, but she is waiting back in your room. It looks like she has a bag, but um, I'll leave you to it. And it is very nice working with you, and I hope you get acclimated and start feeling comfortable here again.
Thank you, Lillian. I think I'm gonna be okay. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it, and I will say you have adjusted very quickly. And I hope you were very, very much a shining example that I hope everyone ends up coming is able to be when they get here, but I know that's not going to always be the case.
He sort of like, perks up a little bit and just call her like, yeah,
Praise.
Yeah, I am. Praise.
I get it, Rowan. I get it.
Yep.
And yeah, she'll gather up her paperwork, essentially hand you like a slip of paper that you can bring out to the people just guarding the front door as a just in case to hand over.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you can go back to your room. Maybe get another cup of coffee from the canteen. I don't know, whatever you want to
do. I think now that he's not working on a PhD thesis and he knows that he doesn't have to, I think he's actually been sleeping better. And I think he hasn't needed the caffeine as much.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, so it's almost like when you're not stressed and you don't have to worry about something constantly, you can actually like take a break and be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you head back to your room?
He will head back to his room as soon as I'm out and it's clear that I'm being discharged, everything is good to go. I will go to the room and check in, get, whatever accoutrement I've got, and get and Eden as well.
Yeah. After like the first day when Eden realized and heard that you're going to be here a little longer, she actually like left and came back with like a
Hmm.
small bag for you, which has clothes that seem to fit you perfectly and match the general aesthetic of basically what you arrived in.
Hmm.
Um, she's there again, and she seems to be, and she is, when you enter, she is sitting on a chair next to your bed, flipping through this thick ass tome, which you can't really see from like this distance, but you can tell there is a lot of cramped writing of runes and words. And when you see that, you feel a sense of like longing and be like, I have one of those. Where the fuck is it? Uh,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Before I forget, I'm going to also read the next card. This is the Crowded Tomb on the Indigo Sun. Value of 1, Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame, meaning endings, despair, and completion. The tomb lies at the end of all stories, the reward for the greatest monarch and the lowliest beggar. Of course, the tomb is crowded. It grows more crowded each day. Mourners crowd around the tomb, but it is even more crowded within. So many deaths, so many endings. Crowded Tomb is the location card of the Secrets family, and thus represents a permanence or is related to a physical place. This means that the finality that it represents probably occurs in a specific and significant location. Pale magic enhanced, green is hindered. Remind me, what's your heart again?
He is a stoic, I believe.
Okay, so rats and stones. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. You see her looking at her Vancian spellbook.
Yeah. Um, I think the minute he sees that, there is definitely a click there. As you said, like immediately just like, oh yeah. Um, and he sort of, I sort of like knock on the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
After like staring at the book a little too long. And being like, oh right, I need one of those. Um, where did I put that?
And she'll look up at you and like smile brightly and fondly at you as like, you don't have to knock for your own room.
You seemed like you were a bit busy. I just wanted to make sure.
I am trying to dust off the rust.
Mm. The the and he immediately knows, like he doesn't know what the spells are in there, but he knows that those are spells and that
Mm-hmm.
those are
Correct.
um I think immediately he just goes to, so yeah, the spells in there, can you read any of them?
All of them.
Figure them out? All of them. Hey,
I gotta
nice.
practice, retain them to memory, say hi, introduce
Hmm.
myself again.
Hmm.
It's been a while, but no, I can read them. I did check in with the campus on if they saw your spell book. They said they didn't have it on the campus, so it's probably at your home somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got to be in there somewhere. I
Do you remember what your house looks like?
uh I feel like again, because he's remembering a lot of like about the actuality.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there are flashes of, books everywhere. So many books. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a general vibe of like where it is and what it looks like. And he sort of like rattles off, yeah, it's got my library. I have, oh man, I probably need to dust that. It's probably been getting unkempt. He rattles off, where it sort of what it looks like and big stuff like that. Yeah, it's the place with the thing.
Okay. I might stick around and help you look for it if that's okay, but you'll see why when we get there. It was an ordeal trying to find your clothes. Um, do you want me to lead the way?
Yeah, just and he'll just like, gesture for her to lead the way as she has for a while, both in and out of shadow.
Yeah. She begins leading the way. Today she's dressed similar to how she was when she arrived, so a very nice wool skirt, a blouse. Today she's actually wearing this like cute little beret with a pom pom on the top, and she tucks her spell book inside her coat, where it just kind of seems to like disappear. There is no bulge on like it doesn't look like she has a big book under there at all. And she begins walking through the streets of Shadow, which it is probably like just after like it's like 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the streets are busy. I won't go into details on what exactly your neighborhood looks like because we, at this point
Mhm.
in the recording, have not done our neighborhood creation yet. But you see all manner of people. You see humanoid shaped holes in the air leading off into other places around the suns. A lacuna, which is basically a portal. You see, what are they called? The
Um,
shapeshifters.
yeah. The I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
don't
You
remember the
you
name
see
offhand.
creatures that are just casually changing their shape to fit whatever need they want at that time. Sometimes it's literally just a mass of arms or legs, a blob, tall, small, short, many Visley. This Fartown is the Visley district. I
Hmm.
would say probably like 98% of the humans here are Visley. Books, so many books. Occasionally, you see a wrong cat and a squat looking young man having a heated discussion about something you're not 100% sure what, something in regards to maker ingredients, something about souls. You're not completely sure as you walk by. And yeah, Eden's walking, and she does actually like slow her pace slightly. So she's walking next to you and you're not behind her.
Hmm.
Um,
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I think no, he's mostly I don't think I don't think I realize that she's next to me immediately. He's more just like I'm taking everything in. I'm like, like when you go to your hometown, you haven't been there for years, and you're looking like, what's changed, what's stayed the same.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on right now is I'm just like, looking at things like, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, that thing.
Uh, Eden definitely has been acting a little different in comparison to how she was in Shadow. In Shadow,
Hmm.
she was very confident, very sure of her words, and she's still confident and sure of her words, but she's definitely more reserved at this point. At this point in time, and as you're walking and you're looking around, she clears her throat a little bit. um, Rowan, there's something I wanted to talk to you about before we split ways after later.
Well, all right, all right. Me look. My first attempt is to look slightly forward, and then it shifts over to the side. And all right. Yeah. Sh Anything. Yeah.
Um, I realized pretty quickly that you're doing pretty great, but you don't remember much about you.
Yeah. I was told that's, it's one of the ways that this happens. It might come back. It might. I'm sure it'll come back eventually.
Um, so that also means you don't remember about us, and I just wanted to see what kind of where that puts us, and not so things aren't so awkward. Because we're still gonna see each other at the campus, and you're still my friend. But yeah. Sorry, you're staring at me like I just left the changery and got into their head. We did used to date. We're not dating anymore, or haven't been dating for a while, way before the war. But I just wanted to bring it up and just see where we're at and where we're standing so things aren't weird and awkward. 'Cause I still,
He is
yeah.
absolutely staring like
And like I feel like he stopped and like she like walked a
yeah
couple paces and she had to like stop and
yeah
turn around and like come back to him.
yeah. Um, I feel like in Shadow that was never a thing with them, like at
At
all,
all. At all.
at
Absolutely
all,
not.
at all. Any like they were very close friends. But anytime anyone was like, "Oh, and here's for your boyfriend, here's for your girlfriend," they're like, "Oh
Nope.
no,
They were both
mm-mm,
you were
nope,
both
nope,
like
nope, nope,
nope,
nope,
nope.
nope, nope, mm-mm, nope, nope." Eden would go like, "Ew, gross," and he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I uh, Indigo and Gray memories are fighting really oddly in my head.
Yeah, I imagine they would. That's uh, 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 yeah. I'm sorry that I don't remember.
No, please don't. Actually you broke up with me, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
But I do want to say
Yes.
I'm not mad or anything. You're still my friend and I care about you a lot, but I just wanted to like put it out there and just let you know in case I seem really off.
No, I mean, that would make sense. No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, especially
Um,
with the shadow memories being all like, "Ooh, no, we're totally not dating. That's gross. We're just friends," but also
mhm.
very clearly lingering indigo memories. But I don't want to. I'm just saying this for just everything on the table. I don't want you to feel pressured like you have to reciprocate or anything. But like I just want you to be okay, and I just hope we can still be friends and colleagues.
Yeah, of course. There's no hesitation with that. He is immediately just like, Yeah, yeah, we definitely." Um, yeah, no, why? Of course we'd be friends. Of course we'd be colleagues. That's. This is I'm sorry. This is awkward.
It really is,
Um,
but
yeah,
talking it out is better than storing it in until who knows what would
yeah,
happen. And you know how the spells
yeah,
are.
yeah.
They like to feed on like emotions of the caster sometimes, and that's not something I also wanted to risk.
It is better to let it out and have like a fresh mind than to
Yeah.
have it affect anything else. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's cool. It's fine. It's and he's like visibly like there the the thoughts are thinking, and at the same time there is nothing going on in that head.
And like as you're just like processing,
Yeah.
buffer screen,
Buffer screen, like the loading icon on his
let,
forehead.
let's get you home and try and find your spellbook.
Yeah, let's do that. That yes. Good idea. Good idea.
I also
Um,
just I also wanted to bring that up before we got there in case you wondered how the heck I knew where you lived and got your clothes and where your spare key was.
I wasn't trying to think too hard about that, but okay, yeah,
But now there's an
that's
explanation
fair.
on how
Not
I
an explanation.
yeah, yeah.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah. And she basically leads you to your house. Do you have an idea on what your house looks like yet? Or if not, it's fine.
It's not okay. When I say it's a TARDIS, I don't mean it's literally like a police box. I mean it is bigger on the inside.
Of course, of course.
Um, on the outside, very small. On the inside, not massive, but definitely
Yeah.
definitely stately, definitely,
What
large enough to be comfortable.
what does it look like on the outside?
On the outside, I feel like it is still like nice. It still looks nice, but it is maybe like a little bit off. A little bit no, like tilted out of reality rather than physically.
Ooh, I like that.
Um, yeah, so like there's you know that chromatic aberration effect that they put on, film and pictures sometimes where like the colors start to like expand out from like
Yeah,
the red, green, blue
yeah,
starts to expand out.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it kind of does that, but with more than just color.
Mm-hmm.
Still very like, much like the clothes that he wears, it's still very fine and, well, it looks nice, but it also looks like it's just
Yeah.
slightly not.
In my head, I'm imagining this very nice, slightly not house to be like, oh, like a one-room cottage that's like
Yeah,
slightly
like
tilted out of reality.
yeah, like like a little summer cottage, and then you go in there and it's like, oh no, this is an actual like house with rooms.
And as you approach this little cottage, like, um, Eden puts her hand in her pocket and like takes out your house key, your spare house key.
Oh yeah, oh, thank you. Um, he, yeah, opens the door or unlocks it, opens the door, assuming the key works,
It
which I
does.
hope it would. Yeah.
It does.
Um, and once again, like there has been with everything in the actuality, there's immediate recognition of I know exactly where everything is. I know what this thing is, what that thing is, what that thing is. But there's also that disconnect of like this isn't mine, but it's not mine.
And if I remember correctly, your home is very crowded, like
A little bit tends to be, yeah.
bordering on
Um,
hoarder.
yeah. He does collect. He has stuff. Um, he's very much the behold my stuff guy.
Look
Um,
at this cool thing I got
look
or
at all this cool
found.
stuff. And all of it has a story to it. None of it's just like, oh, this looks neat. All of this is like, oh, I got this in this place at this time for this reason. Um, but all of it feels more like this would put here for this reason rather than I did this.
I'm gonna pull our last card for today's session
Yes.
because it sounds like we're getting towards the end. But on
Mhm.
the gray sun, I have pulled the enveloping darkness. Value of 5, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stones. Meanings, restriction, loss, and endings.
Mm.
Dark isn't an absence of light. Light is an absence of darkness. Darkness is the default. It moves in to fill any place the light abandons. The dark was the totality of the actuality before the suns existed. And according to many, the dark will be the totality again once the suns are gone. The darkness is the end. It takes things. It takes us. It grabs, constricts, and overwhelms everything not warded by the light. Invisible magic is enhanced.
Nice. Um, yeah, nice.
I don't actually know where you kept your spellbook, but I am willing to help wade through everything to help you find it. If you want me to.
Um,
But if you'd rather take some time, reacquaint, that's also fine, and I can you know where I'll be. I'll be on campus.
yeah, thank you. I'm pretty, it should maybe be in the study. That's usually where I put it, I think. Did I? Yeah, I remember it being in the study. Maybe. And he sort of like rather than uh giving a distinct like a very definitive yes or no or like a goodbye, just sort of like wanders off into what he remembers is the study.
And like since you didn't like give her a hey, stay or go, I think she just like
Yeah.
stands there for a second, like looks around at your like front entryway and will actually leave.
Yep.
You enter your study. Where is your spellbook?
Um, the spell book is where it always is, which is always in the desk in the first, like, top right um drawer, which is very specifically for just the spell book because it is the perfect size. It is rather small drawer compared to the other drawers, but it's the perfect size for the spell book.
Your spell book is exactly where you left it. Looks the same, except with a little bit more dust on the cover. You're not sure how long it's been there, but it has been a while. And do you look at it? Do you read anything? What do you do with it? It's
I think
there.
he immediately like picks it up, like, this is a part this is a part that I was missing. I needed this.
And I feel like this is probably one of the few things that exist in your life right now that don't feel like you're walking into someone else's shoes.
Yes. I think this definitely feels like this is mine. This is definitively mine. This was not put here by someone else. That was me, but wasn't me. This is mine. And so I'll dust it off and like make sure it's looking correct and nice again. And I think I'll start like flipping through it as I walk back. And not like looking up yet. I'll go like, I found it. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, okay, that one. And then I'll look up and see that she is not there.
Yeah.
And just sort of not dejected, but sort of understanding that I fucked up.
Oh, you didn't fuck up. Not that he knows that, but
Not that he knows that.
I say
But
yeah,
the sort of like the feeling of fucking up. How about that?
that's fair.
Of like, probably did that wrong.
I will say that one of the last things that happens before we end session is that as you are reading your spells and when you finally decide to start preparing your spells for the first time, every Vance knows that magic is alive. Magic lives within your veins. You are its host. They are its own, I don't want to say species, but they are very sentient in a way that is not recognized by other orders or apostates. And when you begin preparing your spells, you're beginning to take this magic into your body and your brain, you feel like a bunch of curious cats are staring at you in recognition and curiosity as they are walking around you, beginning to nuzzle up to your brain and be like in a greeting. Very much to be like, welcome home.
I think he's definitely I am most assuredly greeting them back and giving the sort of Vancian non-physical equivalent to head scritches to every single one, like, oh yeah, hi there, oh yeah, thank you for the welcome. Been a while. Hopefully things will start to settle into some kind of normal again, for whatever normal is worth in the actuality.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think,
but I definitely feel like at home with those spells, and there is that sort of connection.
Yeah. And I think with that, that's a good place to end your character intro development session for Rowan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a quick sign-offs. Even though this is a pre-recording, we'll still say, hey, hello, who we are, where you can find us, just keeping in mind that, this is going to be aired in like a month or so.
Yeah. Time is a weird soup, and I don't have a spoon.
Yeah. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
you
sure. First.
Hey everybody, I'm Mare. I was the game master for this session. Right now, I am mostly a Sword and Key exclusive, so just see me, just check out my socials on all applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. I don't know when this is airing, but right now you can find me on Horizons Call on Saturdays. Zenith is probably still going on by the time this airs. That's on Thursdays at 8:15 Eastern. And this game, which will, if this isn't aired before the premiere, um, either already has happened, but tentative premiere is January 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, with our backup date being February 21st.
February something.
I think it's February 21st. Yeah, 21st, 1
Yeah.
p.m. That'll be our normal time slot. We'll be airing every Saturday of the month except the last one once we finally get rolling. And I'm hoping that either this will either air on its own or air in conjunction with another player character. So we'll see. I got to get those recorded and edited, but either stick around for after this session or stick around for another day, which will be aired between before or after our premiere. It's all you.
All me. All right. Hello, everybody. And goodbye later. I am Asher. I have been playing Rowan and will continue to play Rowan hopefully for a while. I'm very excited for this game. Uh, you can find me pretty much anywhere, as Tickyhead, Tickyhead, as in like my head is ticking, not that I have a head full of ticks, please. Um, mm-mm. There's a number of people who think that.
God.
I know, right? Ugh. Anyway, mostly active as of this recording on BlueSky and have a portfolio website, tickingheadcreations.com. That is not going away ever. I may be in other games or shows at the time that this airs. I'm not certain of anything at this point. But I am certain that I will be here at Sword and Key playing Rowan, the very confused Vance. For as long as I possibly can.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for at least the first chronological pre-recording of the Indigo Nexus. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.